Ah, Frankenstein.
This is where I last saw him. You, teenage you. You were headed this way, arm in arm with Edna.
Ugh, luckily, my erstwhile wife was never the type to kiss on the first date. If we worked fast and stayed focused, we could see to it that our relationship never moves beyond the hand-holding stage. Well, will you look at that? The old town theater.
Very cool.
I haven't thought about this place in years. The missus made me tear it down back in '71. Said the movies were corrupting the young generation.
Non,
It
pas
was
vraiment.
all nonsense, of course. I spent countless evenings here in my youth, and it never turned me into a hoodlum. Say, remember Public Enemy? Why, you dirty rat, no good yellow-bellied stool? Never did manage to see Frankenstein, though.
That's what we're here for. We've got to get young you to see Frankenstein.
Right, of course. The film that was supposed to set off a chain reaction in my imagination, inspiring with a notion that would launch my scientific career.
You've still got no memory of what that notion was?
Eh oh.
Right. It happened in the brain of a different Emmett Brown. An Emmett Brown now erased by the shifting sands of time. Luckily for us, I do know something about my own brain, having lived in it for the past 70+ years. Once we get my younger self re-inspired by that movie, nothing will distract him from his proper... Great Scott, will you look at that?
The town square?
It's just like I remember it, only dirtier.
Il s'extasie pourquoi lui?
Courthouse.
Come on now, Doc. You need to go inside and check it out. First rule of time travel, Doc. Never allow your other self to catch sight of you. It can cause reality to collapse or something.
You mean?
Right behind you. Don't peek.
Ah, Dieu, bah,
Go
il est en
on.
costume et
I'll let
tout.
you know when you're gone. And don't forget, you're Carl Sagan,
The billions and billions guy?
the suspected arsonist.
Huh?
Just go with it.
Allez, je vais aller voir Emmett. Emmett Junior. Et boum le poteau. Salut.
Sonny! You do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
Oh, you know, here and there. You're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady. You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine!
Yeah, well, we
Ouais.
make a lot of mistakes when we're not seeing
Edna.
straight. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, you know, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of
Ah.
date. I've junked the rocket car.
But,
More trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
Son utilité
social
sociale.
utility. Since when do you care about
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
the what?
It was Edna's idea, and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Damn it, I'm a little confused here.
What?
What day is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Crockett.
October 12th? Doc?
Oui, je crois que la voiture a un gros problème. Il y a un très gros problème de décalage. Est-ce qu'il est encore là? Je pense. Hein.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start,
Ah,
and
2 mois de
TNG
retard.
was already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Or worse, the Mesozoic.
Then we're stuck?
For the time being, I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go
On est dans la merde.
on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk teenage you out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna.
Where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
Ah, on va revoir la morue. Je peux de moins en moins la piffrer celle-là.
You were right. There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future
C'est elle,
wife
ça?
is nothing if not predictable.
Do I really have to talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Stop!
I'll talk to her.
Hein.
You better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive!
C'est bon,
All
ça
car
va.
of the future contestants need to report to the north tent.
Why not? Good luck!
Good luck. Allez. Au revoir la pouf. Hello.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
Yes.
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... Oh, dear.
Eh oui.
Mr. Crockett! You do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal
D'accord.
with Mr. Stonewall here. His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
Et tu vas te calmer, hein.
Yeah, just now, in the town square.
Oh, then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting?
No.
And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I've never known anyone like him. So oblivious to his own potential.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about Emmett and his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Tu vas te calmer par contre.
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, Emmett's nice and all, but he's not exactly the kind of guy that has girls swarming all over him.
Well, I'm not your average girl.
Ah, ça c'est
Yeah,
sûr.
but
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Crockett, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think
Très
you
bien.
are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
On va la chier, oh là là.
Hey, Artie.
Officer!
Officer,
Right. Don't blow your cover.
will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
Elle va se calmer la morue. hein.
Ahem. You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes?
What would that list be exactly?
You'd make a good reporter, Mr. Crockett. You know that? Well, his
ouais.
physical appearance for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to
Le
wear
costume
at the
blanc de
expo.
son
Oh,
grand-père.
you should see him in it. He looks positively radiant.
Looks good in a suit. Got it.
And he's completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Faithful as a Labrador. Check.
Thirdly, and most important,
Yes?
well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through.
Ça va pas être
His
simple
own
de faire
mind
tout
map
sauter.
shows
Hein.
him to be a model citizen.
Good brain. I see. And if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities,
Say, what's your game?
just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with
Ah.
Emmett. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Now, Mr. Cub Reporter,
Ça
is
sent
there
la merde,
anything
frère.
else?
C'est quoi son truc
What the
là?
heck is this mental alignment meter of Emmett's?
Oh, it's an absolutely revolutionary invention. Measures a person's affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well,
Ouais.
of course. What's the point of inventing something that doesn't work? Or, anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
Qu'est-ce que t'as en tête?
Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
Chick magnet.
A guy who gets the girls, motors running.
Motors?
Who makes them, you know.
You mean a chic?
Voilà.
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of taste, I suppose, but when he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, and it just glows.
Si on lui dit qu'il a déjà
Makes my heart flutter a bit just to
qu'il a une
picture it.
gonzesse, ça marche pas, non?
You say you know Emmett is a model citizen, but you don't know him as well as I do. Did you know he once cheated some Libyans out of plutonium?
Plutonium? What would Libyans want with plutonium? I'm sure he had a
Ah
very
bah
good
pour
reason.
les
Emmett's mind
Libyens.
map demonstrates conclusively his brain is oriented toward virtue.
Il a volé un train.
This one time, to power one of his science experiments, Emmett hijacked a train.
Please, there hasn't been a train hijacking in Hill Valley since the days of Mad Dog Tannen.
Mais là, son nom, je l'encaisse pas.
Emmett's done a lot of shady things in his time. My vice principal warned me to stay away from him.
Your vice principal sounds like a dolt.
Bon, je crois qu'on peut pas y faire grand chose.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well then.
Oh!
Hey, Audie, you seen my Orioli?
You
C'est
mean
quoi son
this?
costume à elle?
Yeah, thanks.
She gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
Bah, il y en a une qui a un peu de classe, puis il y en a une qui en a pas, quoi. Elle est où d'ailleurs, elle? Ah, Trixie.
To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who approach these hallowed halls,
Qu'est-ce qu'elle
I
fait?
bid thee welcome. To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen? You bet.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Audie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could...
Ah, forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
So what are you doing down here anyway? Do you wish to pull the levers that control the future? At the
C'est-à-dire...
expo, silly. Technology for
Ah.
a better tomorrow and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here.
Celui qui est derrière, c'est pas le mec qui faisait le barman et peintre, là, de... Je crois, hein.
Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Audie now.
It's not like that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck. I
Ouais.
wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Ah si, c'est
You
lui,
see
hein.
where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were, you know.
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's got to resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
story.
Ah,
Oh
Edna
là
might be
là.
a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I'd play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techne, Muse of Progress.
Du coup... Euh... Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait, ouais?
so who are you supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer?
Non,
I
pas
am
vraiment, non.
Techne, Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess-like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women, too. Leave us not forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests. And on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
Ça a l'air cool ta vie, mec. Enfin, meuf.
So
On va
Artie's
demander
working
pour
for
ce
the
qui se
expo
passe avec
too,
Arthur.
huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell. The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The expo's darn lucky they could get him.
Comment va Kid, tiens?
How's Kid's trial going?
Slowly. You know what they say. The wheels of justice grind
Ah, il
slowly.
est toujours pas
but
condamné.
infinitely fine.
Except in Hill Valley, where they don't move at all.
What?
Nothing. It's just, you know, something I heard once. So no regrets about turning him in?
None at all. I should have known better than to take up with him in the first place. But what can I say? I was dumb. I let myself get taken in by his charm.
Charm?
Qu'est-ce qui se passe
Whose
avec cette
idea was to
expo?
put
Ouais.
a science and technology expo in Hill Valley?
Beats me. Audie says it's all bred in circuses. But I ain't seen a single clown
Mon
yet
Dieu.
today.
Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
The one who's going out with Edna Strickland? You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So,
I wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad.
À moins qu'elle ne me fait une crasse.
Besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
see you, Trixie.
Donc faut qu'elle te fasse une crasse pour que tu bouges son fion.
We bid you a fond adieu.
Ça peut s'arranger. Qu'est-ce qu'il me dit lui? Ah ah. On va lui parler de Trixie.
Back again, Mr. Crockett? What can I help you with?
I was thinking. I found out about Trixie Trotter.
Yes?
Apparently they made her some sort of queen of the festival. Techne, the muse of progress.
Ouais.
They didn't. Well, they said this expo would give Hill Valley a reputation. I didn't realize this is what they meant.
What have you got against Trixie?
It's the idea of it. Allowing our city to be represented by a woman
Bon, je
like
trouve ça bien,
that.
moi.
I won't stand for it. As a socially conscious citizen, I demand you discharge that muse.
Trixie? What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's hardly qualified for an honorific post at a public event.
Look, lady, she fits the costume. She's an American citizen, and she managed to memorize all her lines. What more qualifications do you want?
Oh, these people are impossible.
Ouais.
Why do you want to get Trixie fired?
One simply can't allow women like that to attain positions of respect in society. It
Ouais.
creates a very bad precedent for the future.
Elle a quelque chose que t'as pas,
But
meuf.
try telling it to this poor
La
sap.
classe.
She's got him completely steamrolled. That's how they operate.
Is it?
Still, I could get her discharged if I had the goods on her. No doubt a woman like that has left a trail of scandal, and I'd find it if I were still a reporter. But I haven't got time to do the legwork now. I'm too busy with Emmett and his invention.
Ouais, ouais.
So you wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her job?
If I had the goods on her. She's obviously got her employer completely bamboozled. The only way to snap him out of his spell would be to show him something really shocking.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then. How about you? Have you got any questions for me?
No.
Then kindly let me pass.
I am afraid I can't. Until I've located your registration form.
This is absurd!
Ah bah oui, mais c'est lui, mais c'est sûr, mais obvious.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not till
open?
tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds. You got official business here?
Yeah.
Well, stay out of the way of the workers.
Tu vas te calmer par
You
contre.
look familiar. Do I know you?
Nope.
Toi, t'es connu, toi, mec.
I am not giving away my picture of Dad.
Je vois pas qui est censé en parler en fait. À Koubol. C'est celui au-dessus, Koubol? Parce que lui il me dit quelque chose lui, mais attendez, il y en a peut-être un autre qui traîne dans le coin. Peut-être quelqu'un dans l'attente du futur, je sais pas.
Come see the cars of the future. Brought to you
C'est
by
qui,
Statler
Koubol?
DeSoto.
Qui est Koubol?
Ah, good. You're back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you'll just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Oui.
Good. Tell me. No, no. After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
I suggested a little scheme to Trixie, but I don't know if she's gonna go along with it.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Ok, bah je me tire alors. Ah, ça doit être l'autre dans la rue. Hein. Enfin, c'est l'autre là-haut, je vois pas qui ça peut être d'autre. Ah, il est là. Je l'ai trouvé. Je galère, je suis en PLS. Il est là. Hey, Koubol.
Hey, pal.
Oh, jeez, this guy again.
Funny, I was gonna say the same thing. Shouldn't you be in jail with the rest of kids' gang?
I was, but then an opportunity availed itself and I
Sang like a canary.
prefer to think of it as exhibiting an admirable sense of self-preservation.
Oui. Trixie, plus tard.
Will you be playing piano for Trixie later?
Nah,
Why not?
'cause little Miss Goody Two-Shoes thinks she's too respectable for cue ball these days.
You seem kind of angry about Trixie.
On a notre
Angry.
piste là.
Listen, kid, me and Trixie go way back. I know stuff about her that even kid doesn't know. Stuff that curl your socks.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And now to see her flouncing around the place, making like her stink don't smell, it just, well, it just cheeses me off, you know?
So what's so, toe curling?
C'est vrai qu'il a les dents.
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you.
Il a les dents qui brillent
come
vert.
No.
Tell you what, I'll tell you something embarrassing about me first.
Like what?
Well, under the influence of alcohol, my mom made a pass at me.
Ooh. All right, Junior, you win. That was pretty embarrassing. almost as embarrassing as this.
What?
Is that Trixie?
Yep.
She's not wearing much.
No kidding.
Ah.
She did a lot of these artistic postcards a few years ago. I got a whole set of them.
Can I, have one?
I don't know. You ain't gonna do nothing bad with it, are you?
Hey, I promise. I'll only use it for the greater good.
Wow. Okay.
Aïe 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 aïe.
Hey, what's with your teeth?
My teeth?
Yeah, they're green.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Je veux savoir.
Seriously, man, what's going on with your teeth?
It's nothing. Nothing.
Oh, crap. What's wrong?
It's these.
Dr. Frinkle's algae cakes?
A crate of them fell off the truck while I was unloading it, and I just can't stop eating them. How was I to know they turned my teeth green?
Ah bah
Oh,
ça.
the algae part might have been a clue.
Please don't rat me out to Artie, okay? I really need this job.
No problem, but you better let me keep the cakes.
Sure thing, pal.
Ok, on récupère.
Have you heard from
Des
kids
trucs?
lately?
We're not exactly on speaking terms these days, on account of our varying degrees of incarceration.
What kind of stuff have they got you hauling here?
How the heck would I know? Electro this, robo that, dynamo the other. It's all Greek to me.
Ok.
Hang loose, pal.
You talk funny, mister.
Bon. Il est temps de faire la grosse pute. Allez, Edna,
You
tiens.
might want to take a look at this.
Why in the world would I be interested in... Oh, what have we here?
Aha.
Oh, sir! Mr. McFly! It appears your muse has been inspiring more than progress.
Eh.
Trixie? Oh, no, no, no. What are you doing with a dirty postcard?
What is she doing in a dirty postcard? I swear, Mr. McFly, if that doesn't convince you that Trixie Trotter is unfit to represent Hill
I
Valley...
don't need you to lecture me about who I can or can't hire, Miss Strickland. Trixie's darn good at what she does. I don't care if she was once the winsome wench of Winnipeg. Her past doesn't matter to...
Ouais.
Trixie?
What is it, Artie?
You know I don't like to pry, but what state did you grow up in?
Province, Manitoba. Why?
Not even an American.
See, darling, the charter specifically states that the expo's hostess must be a U.S. citizen, so if you're really a Canadian...
I'm being fired? You are firing me?
On est quand même
I
salaud.
don't want to.
Here, take it back.
Well, I'm glad somebody's listening to reason.
Let's talk.
Ah. Ah. Ça va chier, ça va chier, ça va chier.
Trixie?
I'll do it. I'll make that blue-nosed bitty eat her heart out.
That's great. I got it all planned out. When Emmett shows
But we
up...
gotta do it my way.
Huh?
I'm no good with improvising, and I ain't gonna memorize no lines. But I was in this play once. The Parlemaids Predicament. I figure I could lift
Je sais pas pourquoi je sens qu'ils vont finir ensemble.
Okay.
Et qu'il va encore falloir faire péter ça, tu vois.
Few props.
Why am I not surprised?
Some furs, a big diamond. It doesn't have to be real, understand?
That makes it easier.
And something from this friend of yours, Emmett. Has he got a photo album?
I don't know. Probably.
Better bring it to me.
Furs, a diamond, and Emmett's photo album. And then?
Sit back and watch the fur fly.
Alors de la fourrure et un diamant. Au mieux je te donne ça.
That notebook belongs to Doc. The real Doc.
Ah.
That's a good thing these things never caught on.
Ah bah. On peut lui donner ça, non?
Nah.
Ok. Donc on doit aller où? Ah. Tu peux pas nous emmener l'autre?
I don't think so. It's not as nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86.
C'est une bonne question. Tu veux pas nous emmener?
Hey, buddy.
Oh, good. He's back.
Stay out of trouble, cue ball.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Hey,
Attends.
buddy.
Oh, good. He's
Eh, tu te
back.
calmes toi.
You still cheesed off at Trixie?
Yeah, but I'm more cheesed off at whoever got her fired.
Oh. Stay out of trouble.
Un moyen de locomotion, bah de l'Oriane. Alors je vois pas d'autre chose. Allez.
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possible. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits...
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
It worked. Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
What?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Tu vas te
Looks
calmer
like
toi.
you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Un véhicule qui m'est familier. Bah à part le camion. À part le camion, je vois pas, mais bon.
No keys. I'll have to find my wheels somewhere else.
Hein? Attendez là. Ah ouais.
And after the rain, what else? An artificial rainbow, reassuring
Oh le bordel.
people like yourself that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware.
My future wouldn't be built so sharply.
Serving our fair city
Hi, Miss
since
Strickland. I was just...
1895.
Break what you like, Mr. Crockett. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I'd better go see what's keeping him.
Ah, je vais aller voir
I'll
pour
go
vous.
check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But...
Tut, tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see,
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
Go. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Aïe 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 aïe.
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
It was like a movie. Wow.